Okay, it is March the 2nd, 21, and my sleep is not the best for today. Yesterday was my birthday, and this happened on a pretty good day because I bought one of those power surge protectors. You call them a UPS, uninterruptible power supply, and that's great because now I have it hooked up to this computer setup. It's pretty expensive computer setup, at least to me, and I just want to protect that. If I could buy $100, uninterruptible power supply, which in theory could protect the whole computer setup, that'll be perfect. So I have that installed, and it just made this really toxic smell, and I stood up late till like maybe 1, which was good because then when I went to sleep, that toxic smell just consumed the entire room, and that kind of threw off my sleep. I got up a few times, tried to resolve it, and then I just ended up sleeping in another room at the end of the day. So that wasn't really good. That's gonna affect my sleep. But the good thing is that I guess when you hear from other traders that they're sick or they're having all these issues or not in their best condition for whatever reason, whether it be them or the environment, you still trade well because you've traded the same pattern over again and again. And I think that's what I'm gonna go with. It's pretty amazing, this transformation from me looking at listed stocks and trading listed stocks to now just OTCs. The same setup, the number 5 setup, that's what I'm going to be looking for today. Number 5 setups as well. Although I do have to start considering now breakouts. I missed that one breakout with AITX. That was a nice one yesterday. Looks like maybe it was ASTI. Yeah, it was ASTI. I missed this nice breakout right here. I was looking forward to it. I just missed it when it did it, and then I didn't want to chase it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for again. Number 5 setups, and on top of number 5 setups, breakouts. I only have one day trade available with TD Immediate Trade. I can go on my Schwab account, but ideally I don't want to trade it. That's like a backup. So yeah, just gonna call it off. It's 8:55 a.m. Gonna be looking in the chat room for any OTCs that started running yesterday, so I can add them to the watch list. So in theory, I can be there for any breakouts for number 5 setups. Okay, it's 9:21 a.m. And then VC. It's a bit of a refresher. I haven't seen a listed stock. Look at this nice pre-market. It's not sold off majorly from another few dollars earlier. It's not ridiculously bad in terms of the first day. I don't like this is really bad. This could have a lot of bag holders, people who might sell into this spike. That's the one thing against it, but really I'm just gonna focus on OTCs, and the one I'm really interested in out of all of them, I think, is ICBU, because it's up the nicest. This one could be, I mean, if you ask me, this one could provide a nice number 5. It looks like it's done one here successfully before, even when it only was up for one day. So I'm gonna have to take these things into consideration. It's already down a little, although this might not matter because it could just be a late print. But in theory, this could make a nice number 5 setup. Out of all of them, this is the one I'm most interested in because it's on the main screen, but we'll see. We have just 8 minutes till the market open. Alright, well, what can you say? Cut losses quickly. TSNPD, I got in, I think, at around 80. Yeah, I got in at 80, just wasn't working. Tried to get out at 477, wasn't able to. And I think in that case, flattened out would have been a lot better. It could do the number 5 here, but I don't like the big seller here on the ask. It would have to be taken out, and I can't day trade anymore with TD Immediate Trade. I'd have to switch to another account with Schwab, but number 5 could work out here with TSNP at this level. Again, I was just probably too early on it, so I didn't want to get in trouble and risk it continuing to drop to another lower level. So I missed it for that reason. I was just too early on this one. I guess another thing to consider is that on top of that, this thing is not like a sub dollar stock. It's a $4 stock, so that kind of threw me off a little because I don't have too much experience with this price action, but in theory this number 5 is working out now. I just got in at 80, which was a bit too early at the time, and dropped some more. I cut losses at 74. Tried to cut losses at 77, wasn't successful, and there was a lot of people on the ask, so that didn't work out. ICBU, even though it is down 17%, it didn't have like the big red candles to lead you there. It was like a gap down, so I didn't trade this one for that reason, although this one could very well work out. I'm just not used to doing number 5 setups with a stock that does a gap down. I like seeing them like continuously fade to the certain level, so that's the case here. About time, I guess one of these was not going to work out for me. You know, it could be the smell in the air because of that UPS. I took it to another room. It could have been a lot of reasons, but yeah, I just got out because it wasn't doing it the way I wanted. Higher price, so maybe I just don't have much experience with that. Looking at the price action here on the level 2, I'll see how much I'm down. It's probably not going to be much, although I did try to get out at 77. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I think in that situation, as I mentioned, the flat now button would have been a lot better. I'll go ahead and find out what the status is. It seems like it might even choke this one right here. Who knows? We'll take a look. I'll come back with an update, and I'll probably get ready with Charles Schwab if there's any other number 5 setups. Okay, it's 9:37 a.m. and yep, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you cut losses quickly. Again, I just wasn't too early. Tried to sell at 77, didn't work out. I got out at 74. It says I'm down 13 bucks on the day, and I think that's without commission, so it's a $27 loss. That's totally fine. You know, just you're not always going to be right, so that's totally fine with that, and I think I learned from it. Unfortunately, NNVC is getting sold off. 927 again, that big red candle, not that big, but that's my conspiracy that a lot of these listed stocks, whether they're going to be sold off or not, is determined by 927 to 929 if it has that red candle action, which was the case here. Now in the 750s, don't really want to trade it. Maybe if it puts up an inverse head and shoulders, that would be fine, but I don't think that'll be the case. TSNPD, let's see when this thing does a number 5. It eventually has to, but it might do it in a very awkward way. I don't see any other stocks that could be doing a number 5, at least that I would want to trade. I'll keep looking. There could definitely be one, but not right now that I see. Okay, it's 9:40. I don't want to chase, but I do want to record this. SAMP in theory could be a number 5 setup. Yeah, just unfortunate that I picked a TSNPD over this one, but this one seems to be doing that number 5 setup, which is pretty good because it's dropped as low as 12 and now at 13. This one seems to be working, even though it had like a humongous seller on the ask. It just kept breaking through. We have a humongous bidder here with 5 million shares, so yeah, it's pretty impressive. Let's see how high this one keeps going. I don't see anything else that any number 5 setups that are developing or something like that. Yeah, I don't see any others right now. I could obviously be missing one, but I don't see one, at least one that looks, you know, really nice. I'll keep looking, but I don't see a number 5 setup besides this one, which I don't want to chase because it's already making its move. If it decides to turn over, you know, at any point, it might be bad because I'll be in kind of late on the setup. Okay, it's 9:45 and SAMP got to the 14s, 14 and a half. It looks like it might turn around. There's plenty of people selling on the ask, which would be in the way of any spikes, but if it breaks through, it breaks through. It's just less likely. And NVC is a very interesting one, even though it got sold off a bit. It just seems like something that might put up a fight. it would be interesting, but to be honest, because I'm so busy with my business, I might call things off early just so I can catch up. I have to do a whole bunch of orders, and yeah, that might be the reason why I might call things off early. At the end of the day, I can't be upset. I just picked the wrong one, you know. I can't beat myself up. Although I guess I should have considered the fact that TSNP, or at least before I had the D, just was known to do that, like fake out number fives. So I got kind of stuck into here, right? I got stuck in this right here, and it had more room to fall down. Again, that's why you cut losses quickly. So you know you might have panicked and sold in the 450s, and you would have felt like crap. I don't feel bad because I cut losses. Just wasn't doing it the way I wanted. Ultimately, did a number 5 from 450 now at 499. That's 10%. I just wasn't there for it, and that's totally fine because you know I just should have waited, I guess, because this is known to do fake out number 5s. SAMP again got to the 14s. This is the one in theory that would have been better to trade. NVC looks like it might try to fight back. Unfortunately, if this does a nice move, I might miss out. I don't see any other stocks that are doing number 5s, or at least any that are dropping in a way that I would be interested in buying for a number 5 setup. I guess I wasn't too off because TSNPD did do it. It just wasn't when I got in it, and that's totally fine. You know, about, oh, there we go, that's a nice spike. It was a, you know, I had a feeling this one was doing nice. Nothing that I would trade. I don't want to base the inverse head and shoulders off of that. That's a bit too much. Looks like it's gonna get halted. No, almost got halted there, I think. That's pretty impressive. Alright, well, yeah, I'm just gonna call things off early. Again, SAMP was the better number 5 setup from 12 to 14. TSNPD is working. I just wasn't there for it. It does fake out number 5s all the time. Cut losses quickly because it wasn't doing it exactly. I think I'm down like 28, 29 bucks, and considering how much I've made on the other trades, that's good. You know, it's less than my winning trades, and I have more winning trades than losing trades. So let's hope that continues. Pretty nice movement here. I'm just gonna call things off early just because, like I said, I have a lot of things to do with the main business, and I don't want to get too far behind. Just an overall good trading day. Thankful that I got a great experience trying to get out of the trade. In the future, I will just consider the flat now. Had I pressed the flat now instead of sell the bid, I would probably have been executed in the 477s, and that would have really mitigated the loss even more than what it was. So yeah, just have to keep getting better with that. Overall, a good trading day once again. I wonder what NVC will do ultimately. It might get sold off, but you know, maybe this is the signs that the listed stocks might be coming back at some point. They're just starting to look a bit stronger than before.